Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what I think is one of the most important topics in all of Warzone, and that's going to be how to isolate 1v1s. And this is going to help you get more wins, be able to get more kills, and going to be able to help you clutch up and still keep you in the game, even when you're in those 1v3s, 1v4s. This video is going to be broken up into three main sections. First one's just going to be explaining how to isolate 1v1s, why it's so important. The second part is going to be using it to clutch up 1v3s and 1v4s. And then the last part is going to be why it's so important to learn for just surviving in the end game and being able to win more in the end game. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, but if you do, it's really appreciated, and I just appreciate you guys for watching the video. But let's get into it. So I'm going to be having clips that are going to play in the background. I'm just going to let them run it first, but I'm going to slowly be breaking them down after so you can see how I did isolate the 1v1s, exactly what I'm talking about, and how you can apply it to your own game. So obviously, as you can tell in this one, I was facing up to 3 people right away, right when I came out, and I registered that, and I ended up killing 4 people in the end. I'm not sure these were exactly the best players, but you're going to see what I mean. I'm going to pull up a still right now, and they're all 3 people. You can see 1, 2, 3. And the key thing is I'm going to try and take one down while getting to cover. But then after I get to cover, you'll notice I'm going to only re-peek with crouched and peeking around the left corner. I'm not going to stand up to peek that third guy, because if I were to just stand up and shoot that second guy, I would have got destroyed by that guy on my right. The only way I was winning that was if I were to get down low and peek from the left side of the box so the guy on the right can see me. I'm going to go over it again, but focus on how I position mainly on the second guy to avoid the line of sight from the third guy. I stay crouched, and then boom, I peek up. I use the snake maneuver that I went over in another video to get a good line of sight, and then on this kid, I've just used this side to just destroy him and camera him with a jump shot. So in this next clip, I have a sniper rifle, which I'm going to use to take one person down because I have the advanced UAV up. And that is going to be key because that automatically took one person out. You're going to see I'm going to get the second, and then I'm going to whiff my shots. And then not only that, after I whiff my shots, I messed up a slide cancel. And yet I was still able to win this despite them reviving their 2 teammates that I downed. So this was almost 2 1v3s back to back essentially, and I did not have any plates after I killed the first 2 people. You're going to see that the way I do it is by constantly using my movement and better positioning to just destroy these kids. So I'm going to go over it again. You're going to notice I use the sniper first, which can be key in 1v3s and 4s because if you are a good sniper, because you can take one person out easy. And then here, I know on my radar there's both there, and I thought I could take them both out, but I missed the shots, and that was the messed up slide cancel, which usually would have got me killed. And then you're going to see that I know they're going to revive their friend because I'm going to hear it. And then to beat this person, I'm going to keep sliding around and avoiding the lines of sight from their friend. I can see him right there. You're going to see me lay down, then I'm going to jump shot him, then I'm going to lay down over here to block the line of sight, and then I'm going to finish with a nice little slide cancel into just beaming the kid. I'm going to play the clip just one more time, but when you watch it, focus on how I move to the side of the lumber so I avoid the lines of sight from where I downed those other people, and I kept where they were at in the back of my mind at all times, and that's how I was able to win it. You have to be able to identify cover, and then you have to be able to understand how to move around cover very quickly and efficiently. Laying down and using slide cancels are absolutely key and vital to being able to stay alive. And using the intel from the noise that they make and just your overall surroundings and knowledge of where they're at before is going to be absolutely key in you staying alive. So this time when you watch this clip, I want you to focus on how I'm isolating the 1v1s yourself. I'm obviously going to go over it, but I think one of the key things is the ability for yourself to be able to figure it out. Because I'm going to see that first guy, I'm going to see the second guy on the right, and notice how I'm shoulder peeking this. I'm constantly peeking it for just a little bit. I'm getting intel. I'm pre-firing where I think that they may be sometimes, but I'm not spending too long lingering, and I'm quick. I'm shoulder peeking it quick. I have someone land on me. I lay down. I isolate it. Boom. I do not allow them to at any point have any chance for them to just shoot me with multiple people at once. Now, I think a big mistake that a lot of people make is they don't really understand how to peek things, and they don't understand how to handle the intel that they're working with, and they don't have a built-in mental map of the whole battlefield. And that's one of the key things is here I clearly have a mental map of where people may be, where I'm vulnerable to, and where I can get shot from. And that's the key. See, when I hear this guy coming in with the parachute, I kill him, and then I can hear his teammates' footsteps right behind me, so I turn around and jump shot him. Without all of that intel that I was working with and that mental image of the battlefield, none of this could happen. At almost every point, I am working with some preconceived notion of where people may be or where they're currently at based on where they have just shot from, where my teammates are calling out info. And then also the ability for me to interpret sound quickly is what also helps me. Because when I killed this guy that was on the right when he pushed up, I was able to hear him push up on me. That kill right there, I heard that. I was able to hear the guy parachute into me, and then the last guy I killed, I heard them all. And I use sound, which is a key part of Warzone and why dead silence can be so frustrating to deal with, but also something to keep in mind. So now I'm going to be moving on to the last section, and that's going to be using this knowledge to help you win games. So one thing that's going to be different is I'm going to be in a much less risky position, and I'm going to be trying to isolate the 1v1s at a far distance and without ever really being in danger. The one thing you're going to notice in this clip is it's going to look like a rather easy win, but there was a lot of mental preparation and thought that went into my positioning, and I hope you understand that just because it looked easy is I'm trying to break down why it looked easy and why it may have felt easy, even if it wasn't. It's the same thing for the 1v3s and 1v4s. I'm sure you watch your favorite streamers win these games and make all these great plays, and you want to know how they do it. How do they handle 3-4 people at once? What you're going to notice here, guys, is that went up, I did damage, then I'm going to use the smoke to reposition far to the left, and that's going to allow me to just isolate that 1v1, and I take it because I plan on winning it, and because that's the whole point of this. You want to take these 1v1s that you feel confident in winning, but that gives you a chance to win it. You don't want to just be running out in the open expecting to gun people. Even if you have the best gun skill in the world, you aren't going to win it. Even when you rewatch this clip, the whole thing I want to highlight is I'm going to take 3 people down without being ever really in a gunfight with more than one person. And I'm going to do it pretty easily. I'm going to use my positioning, my ability to go and think of the bigger macro picture, not just a micro sense. I'm going to use the micro cover, but I'm going to think of where they're at on the mini map. I'm going to think about where they could be, and then I'm going to use that to my advantage to get in better positions to isolate the 1v1s in terms of a larger scale sense, and that's going to make this win look easy. I promise you, it wasn't. There was a lot of mental thought that went into it, but even there, I just gun that kid, I get him weak, and then I'm going to see the smoke that my friend put. I'm going to use it to push far left to take advantage. I know I pointed out that smoke before, but it's those little things you have to keep in mind. And now I have a sense of where this other guy was because I broke his plates earlier, so I know he's probably up there, and I'm not even going to worry about the thirst. I have first checked it out just to see if he was self-reviving, because that's something you have to keep in mind, but he wasn't. I hope, guys, that you now understand a lot better how your favorite streamers or the favorite people that you watch can make plays like this, because it's not about just necessarily having better gun skill or better movement. It's about utilizing your gun skill, your movement, and your ability to position yourself and think of the bigger picture and your positioning to win these fights. All of these clips were recorded within the past day or two, and that's just how often I use this type of movement. If and when I stream, or if you just go back and watch a lot of my videos, you're going to see that this is something I use all the time, even in duos, even in solos if I'm getting third-partied, but it's something that is so vital and important to understand at all stages, because if you're dealing with more than one squad, this also plays into effect. This is a huge skill that can be used to help you reload, help you plate up, and help you just win more fights. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been Ryan. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, but if you do, I really appreciate it. Hope you have a good day. Peace.